Hello everyone, I'm Joe Melessa and I will be showing you guys how to make a fresh salmon family meal. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I graduated at MVCC with an associate's degree in civil engineering technology. Currently, I am aiming for a bachelor's degree in the same major here at SUNY Poly. So before we get started, let me tell you guys a little bit about the fish we will be cooking. Locally, there are two main types of salmon that can be caught, king salmon and coho salmon. King salmon tend to be the largest of the two, averaging 15 to 25 pounds in size, hence why they're called king. They have a more gamey taste to them, meaning the fillet is more fishy. The meat also is a little more tough than a coho salmon. To the upper right shows a personal photo I have taken of a king salmon fillet. Coho salmon is much smaller than a king salmon, averaging 5 to 10 pounds in size, however is more sought after due to its out-of-this-world taste, tenderness, and overall better quality. To the bottom right shows a coho salmon fillet. Both of these fish could be found in Lake Ontario and its tributaries as seen in this map. Now with this knowledge, it is time to get cooking. First, acquire a 2 to 4 pound fillet of your choice. Then clean thoroughly underneath the water, making sure that it is just the fillet itself. Next off, preheat the oven to 400 degrees. While the oven is preheating, grab these ingredients. Start by adding 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil throughout the pan. After vegetable oil is placed, rub around the pan, evenly dispensing it, making sure there is no dry spots on the pan for the fillet to stick to. Next off, add your butter of choice. I prefer butter from the local supermarket as it is cheap and very convenient for me to use. You want to add 3 tablespoons of butter, sliced into evenly slices spread out along the edges of the pan. Doing this allows the butter to melt and absorb into the fillet while it is cooking in the oven. When the pan is prepared, add the fillet skin side down onto the oil. So now I will begin to add the wet ingredients. First, we start off with 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke flavoring. Make sure it is evenly spread out throughout the entire fillet as seen in the video above. Next off, grab soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce should be added throughout the entire fillet, just like the liquid smoke. Then followed by lemon juice, 2 teaspoons to be exact. And once again, evenly spread out throughout the entire fillet, just like the other ingredients. So now onto the dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning should be spread equally throughout the entire fillet. Now onto salt. Adding a pinch of salt should be just adequate enough for the process. After the salt, grab your parsley and put roughly 2 teaspoons along the entire fillet as seen in the video. Now onto the onion. Roughly a 1/4 cup of onion should be placed throughout the entire fillet and the pan, as well as 2 cloves of minced garlic. After all the tasteful ingredients are added, the fillet can then be set into the oven. Then a timer for 15 minutes can be set. After the 15 minutes is up, pull the pan from the oven, checking if the fillet is done. To check if the fillet is done, simply grab a fork and see if the fillet can be easily pulled apart or is flaky. If it's not, then it is not done, and can be placed back in the oven and cooked for an additional 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes is done and the fillet can be easily pulled apart, then it is done and ready to serve. Fish fillet has a much better taste if there is a side of sweet barbecue sauce and topped with simmered asparagus. And there you have it, there's the fresh wild salmon family meal. Hope you enjoy.